Welcome back to Kwesi Bowl TV. Thank you so very much, everybody. I appreciate you joining us once again. Please share, subscribe, and like. Please don't forget the notification bell also for notification purposes. Don't forget to leave comments whether you agree or disagree with anything that I'm saying. Please, let's be respectful. We're just going to review most of the matches that came over the weekend. Of course, first of all, Liverpool playing at St. James Park versus Newcastle, which was very, very entertaining for me for 22 minutes. After that, I do not know what Liverpool was doing. I don't know how should I say this, whether there was a change of tactics or whatever. But let's start with the lineup. Klopp decided to basically go with the same team he did with Everton at Anfield, which was the same trusted back four: VVD, Gomez, Trent, Brobo, super goalie Alisson. The middle three, he kept it the same way. I thought he was going to make changes because of the World Cup, because of the Champions League versus Real Madrid. Up front, he kept the same thing. We know that one was not going to change anytime soon since Bobby and Jota just got back, and they're still pretty rusty. So the match started well. I mean, Newcastle started with a lot of energy. You know, their fans were very rowdy. As you were expecting St. James Park to be, that's exactly what they brought it. They brought a lot of intensity and a lot of energy to amp up their team, which they did. I mean, Almiron almost scored like in the first 5 minutes or so, but eventually during 10th minute, Liverpool was able to calm down. They didn't calm down the fans, but they were able to control the match. They didn't care about the pressure that was coming. We were moving the ball very nicely, whether it was transition between defense to midfield to attack, or how we transition back to be able to hold our defense. The line, just like we played against Everton, we did not push the line way over there, and the press was minimal. It was mostly in the midfield, just like we played against Everton. So we were able to hold them. Yes, they brought the pressure. They have Saint-Maximin, who has a lot of pace, who is very tricky. Sometimes he doesn't even know what he's doing. So I can imagine what opposition players feel about him when they defended him. So it was very, very intense. However, we were able to manage to control it. We were creating a few minimal chances. We were passing the ball in between the channels. Núñez was able to outrun Trippier a couple of times by pushing him back. Salah was able to move around from his right side. Sometimes he moved all the way to the middle left, so he was moving the defenders, which makes them a little bit nervous. So now they had to drop back a little bit with their midfielders. So now all we saw was they only left Saint-Maximin up top. He was doing his best to be tricky. Of course, Isak was also there, who is also a very pacey player, who's a very tricky player. VVD was able to, calm him down, nothing crazy that he did. Then we created a very nice pass from Trent to Núñez. Beautiful goal, beautiful trapping the ball with his chest. What's the name? VAR thought that it was a handball, but they looked, and then eventually they were like, was it offside? Which it wasn't. Great goal. Within 5 to 7 minutes, we create another chance. Guess who's there? Gakpo put his ball in. And then another 5 minutes, all of a sudden they are under pressure. They're hitting us with a high-intensity press, high-intensity attack. But guess what? We were very calm, and we repelled that. And then we had I think there was a corner kick where Alisson cut the ball, and then he launched it as he always does with Salah. Same pass. Send it all the way in. Pope come in. Pope tried to head the ball. I don't know what he was trying to do. During the first 15 minutes, he did the same thing. It worked. But this time he missed it, and then he ended up catching the ball outside the 18 box. So he was shown a red card. After that, that's where I started getting frustrated. Because what I saw was when they were discussing what was going on, Klopp called the entire players and had a word with them, And while he was having a word with them, when they came back, Pope is gone. The game is 10 men. They are 10 men down. They are 1 man down. We are, we are in 2 goals up. We're trying to control the match. So I understand we are 2 goals up. You don't need to keep doing exactly what you're doing. You want to manage the team to be able to move them around so that they get tired and you're able to hit them with a couple more goals. But that's not what happened. After that, we went back to the same type of tactics, the same type of style, the same type of lethargic playing of pass side to side, backwards, side to side, backwards, and then trying to hit them over the top, and then they get the ball and then they hit us with a full counter attack. Isak almost scored. St. Maximin almost scored. Alisson had to make some great saves when we are 2 goals up with 1 man up on them. So I've always, I've been to different shows. Thank you, Uncle Ross, for having me there. Thank you, Ant-Man, again, for having me on your show this morning. And I'm trying to ask everybody what was said to them, because Klopp can be sitting outside and saying, I'm frustrated because of how they're playing after the second goal or after the goalie was set. Yet we had a second half came in and we were still playing the same way, which was our line, VVD and Gomez have pushed the line all the way to the other side of the center circle, and then they keep hitting us with a counter attack. Yes, a lot of times when a team is down, they are very dangerous. It's like a wounded animal. They could do things that you are not expecting. All of a sudden, things go crazy. And especially with them, we silence their stadium, we silence the crowd. All they need is 1 goal, and then all of a sudden we are under pressure. So I want to know what was said to them. Why are we going back to that style of play that we have? Everybody can see that it's not working anymore. Pushing the line so far back. VVD just got back. Why is he sprinting back and forth trying to chase Isak and St. Maximin all the time? It does not make sense. I need answers. Klopp, yes, he was frustrated. He said the players were not doing well. He didn't understand what they was doing. You told them something. They were doing well in the first 22 minutes, where even the pressure was even harder when they had 11 men on the field. We were able to do what we did. Same thing as when we played Everton. Yes, Newcastle's a much better team than Everton, so we can compare much. However, the guys for 22 minutes played very well. The fact that they are a man down and they almost scored like 3 goals where it had to be the goalie and the goalpost that save us, I have questions, because if Klopp have this idea that he wants to still going back to that style of play where he has won trophy with this, which this year has shown that you can't do that anymore. You don't have the personnel to do that. And the fact that we played a team who for 68 minutes were 1 man down, and still we were under pressure. The midfield was still being split open. That means Klopp needs to sit down and say, hey, I can't do this anymore. Because before we could say, well, the midfield don't have energy, so we can't play. Okay, you brought Belichick in. Hendo has his few energy back. Fabinho got a few, his second win back, so he's playing much better with much energy. His legs feels like he got enough rest. With a man down, it didn't work. Why are we still doing it? When you went into the halftime, you should have told them, okay, let's stop doing what we're doing. Let's go back to what we're doing. Push the line back, hold the ball, move the ball through the middle, because that's where they were lacking a player. And then try to hit them with, create chances to score a goal. Instead of, we went back to the same useless side to side, go to the side, go to Robo, go to Trent, Salah drop. And then you could see that it started affecting Nunes, because he was not even getting the ball anymore. Trippier now has moved all the way to our side. We are under pressure. So I want to know why. Why did that happen? That is very frustrating that Klopp can't seem to understand that system or that tactic doesn't work anymore. It doesn't help us. It doesn't benefit us. You can't stand on the sideline and be frustrated because your team is not playing well. Second half, you should have told them, go back to what we were doing when we started the match. That's all I'm going to say, because yes, it is a good win. We needed those 3 points. And as you can see on my preview, I said the minimum we can get in this match was 3 points, and that's exactly what we got. Very excited, very happy. 22 minutes, I can see that we can play a different style of play. A match against Everton, we can see that we can play another style of play or different tactics. But I don't know why Klopp still insists that let's go back to the same thing that has killed us. Brighton, 3-0. Wolves, 3-0. Brentford, 3-1. What else? What kind of evidence do you still need to know that it's not working? Manchester United, 2-1. What else? What else the club needs to know that it doesn't work anymore? That's the frustrating part, because we know he can do it. You've shown that you can do it. Yet you keep going back to the same thing that is not working. I need answers. Klopp needs to come out and explain to us. And also, Nunes got injured. I think he sprained his shoulder. It's very painful when you land and you try to brace yourself with your hand, and then there's an hyperextension in the rotator cuff. Sometimes that thing is very, very painful. So I'm hoping it's not nothing serious, just a bad pain. As Klopp was saying, we need him for Real Madrid coming up on Tuesday. So hopefully he will be feeling better, and then we keep moving on. That's the only sad thing that happened against Newcastle, for Nunes to come off, feeling hurt. So coming on, we have Real Madrid, like I said, and it's going to be an exciting match at Anfield. We're hoping that our guys are ready, because they started playing like they were saving themselves for that Real Madrid match. But anyway, let's move on to the rest of the league. Arsenal versus Villa, which was at Villa Park. Great match. Aston Villa almost shocked Arsenal. I mean, yeah, it's 4-2, but I think it was more like 3-2, because the last goal, we don't know what the goalie was thinking. It was the second goal that Martinelli scored, which helped my fantasy league. So I'm very appreciative of that. But Aston Villa brought it for the first half. And then the second half, they decided to just disappear. Yes, Arsenal started playing well, but you can't just all credit it to Arsenal playing well. It's just Aston Villa decided to be scared, and then all of a sudden, I don't know what Unai Emery was doing when he subbed Coutinho out. That was not a good move. So good job to Arsenal. They're still showing that they have the championship mettle. Brentford and Crystal Palace, that shocked me, how that one became a 1-1, especially at Brentford. So good job to Crystal Palace. I think they were up, and then Brentford had to draw. So Fulham beating Brighton, that's at Amex Stadium. That is something. Fulham is showing people that they're not going anywhere, and they might make it to Europe for next year. That is awesome. The shocking match of the day. Southampton beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Crazy, crazy, crazy. What's his name? WordPress, that free kick again. Chelsea, 600 million plus, and he still can't find a goal. I mean, what's there to talk about? There's nothing there to talk about besides this guy spent too much money way too soon. He should have given Porter time to gel the players that he have, and then in the summer, you bring new ones, because then he has more time to gel the rest of them in. Nah, this is embarrassing. Everton, Sondice is doing his thing, beating Leeds 1-0. Forest shocked Man City by drawing 1-1. We told the City fans, Pac-Man, we told you, you thought that you are not Liverpool. We said, be careful, Nottingham Forest, they are very different animal when they are their stadium. And that's exactly what they did by helping Arsenal out. Wolves lost to Bournemouth, shocked me. Newcastle, of course, lost to Liverpool. Man United beat Leicester 3-0. I thought Leicester had this match. They had more chances. They created more. But, Man U has this guy named Rashford who's on fire right now. So when he got his chances, he put it away. Something that Leicester City did not, which now I think they dropped. And then Spurs finally won a game by beating West Ham. It was a pretty entertaining match. You see that Conte, he made some changes, brought Richard Alisson first. He started him and then brought Son later. And then Son came in and created a chance for actually Kane and Son, dynamic duo, created a chance for each other. So this is the matches that happened over the weekend. It was awesome. Liverpool won. We are 6 points behind fourth place. Now we are back into the conversation, one game at a time. That's all it matters. And club, please stick to the plan and stop going back to those tactics that is not working for us. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Share, subscribe, and like. Kwesi Bold. Peace.